Well, what do you know? It worked. So the camera stop shaking? Hello, welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron, and man, this shit's loud, huh? It's a fine balance. Still shaking? The last episode I mentioned I had a spaghetti, and I mentioned it tastes a little bit like a honey vice, and oh shit, now Norm wants out. See, I can't. Alright, you help rating. Come on, adorable puppy. Who's an adorable puppy? Okay. And come on, Norm. Alright, there's a dirty dog who's a filthy little homunculus. Yes, you a diseased little parasitic man. Okay. Anyway, I had mentioned that the spaghetti had just a little bit of a berry vice kind of aftertaste to it. And that got me thinking that there's actually a drink, the berry vice and the honey vice, mixed together. And I couldn't remember what it was. Well, the Google, the AI, informed me it's called a honey bear. Thanks, Norm. Thanks, buddy. Good job, bud. Super helpful, man. Okay. This is what I was afraid of, so I didn't want to do this right on the the video file, because I'm really eyeballing this. And it's supposed to be 1-to-1, and with this foam, I can't tell. I'm gonna guess that's about a half a bottle. You tell him, Norm. I don't know how many times I've told him people are allowed to exist, Norm, and that's all they're doing, dude. Not in front of my house. Not in front of my house. You can't. Like, all right, you tell him, buddy. You fucking bark. So this is the berry vice. And you want to talk about eyeballing it. There we go. So this is a honey bear. 50-50 honey and berry. Oh, honey bear. I get it. Honey berry. Let's see what you did there. I was drinking these at the comedy club in La Crosse. They said they had a little drink menu that told you how to make them, and there's a bunch of different Liney's beers. They had different ones, but the problem then became, their bottles. Well, I want a honey bear, but that leaves 2 half beers, so I gotta buy 2 beers and then drink a honey bear, and then I have to carry around the other 2 bottles to mix the other half. I believe the first couple of times the bartender wanted in on it. It sounded intriguing. Hey, all right. He's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll buy the other half. This is infinitely more enjoyable than a spaghetti. Got some Wilco going with the 88% pen. Sun going down behind me, 72 degrees in downtown Lancaster. Wilco on the back deck, WRON. Having a honey bear. I was going to get Father John Misty out. I mean, I love you, honey bear seemed like a no-brainer, but... Of course, I'm recording this whole episode, assuming you can hear anything I'm saying over that. That's not a given. Could just be a whole episode of Wilco while I sit here and all you see is Neshy boy. Come on, help the ratings. Get up here. Adorable puppies help. Come on. How'd you get so dirty? His whole whiskers are black. You playing around in the dirt again? Filthy animal. fucking dog, I tell you. Loves rolling in dirt. Loves it. Oh, just grinding. Just had a bath 2 days ago. Grind in that dirt, buddy. Really get it in there. Yeah, I do like... I don't not like a berry vice, but they're a little overpowering, a little sweet, a little syrupy, a little berry heavy. Which, it's in the name, that's what they're going for. So, but you could, it doesn't go a long way. You can only have so much. This is drinkable. I could have 2 or 3 of these. Preferably an even number of them, so that the bottles work out right. I remember for a while, Liney's was, they had variety 12 packs with the recipes on the side. It was 2/3 of this one to 1/3 of that one. Quarter, half. They had all sorts of mixes, working in the dark beers. I bought it and had to do them all. I might have done it on the pod, actually, on the show. But I'm going to have no problem getting this one down before the episode's out. You know what? We might go for a twofer. You know what? I say okay. If I were downstairs, I'd play the winter sound effect. Okay, so that's the berry by itself. I remember it being way darker, but maybe that was back before I was such an experienced beer drinker. It just seemed insanely rich. Wait for it. Let it breathe. That's it. Oh, bang that. Bang that. Bang that. Yep. 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 That's a successful pour. Ignore that dripping. That's how the pros do it. Well, now it seems I'm on the hook for 2, and gotta go make pizzas. Homemade pizzas are a speciality of mine. All right, we'll see if you can actually hear me now. Yeah, I made the dough 2 nights ago, and that's important. It's got to sit and rise slowly. That's how it builds the gluten. I won't hear any slander against gluten. Won't tolerate it. Gluten's been persecuted. It's a gluten-friendly zone here. I'm an ally. Gluten makes the dough stretchy. It's when you know you got good dough. Shitty dough, use that Jiffy mix in a box like some kind of goddamn animal. What are you, a goddamn animal, using that Jiffy box? I was just throw sand on my tongue. Terrible. Just eat dirt. Eating dirt. So try stretching it, it'll just tear. It's got no elasticity. That's the lack of gluten. I won't stand for it. Gotta watch out with a hop. 2. I've capped the honey bears at 2. That's the amount I could drink before I don't want to drink anymore of these. Which would lead me to believe that a berry vice, the number for that is 1 before I don't want to have any more. Because I cut it 50-50 with with the honey in. Yeah, still a little rich. Still nowhere near the color of a spaghetti. Moving on into the Weezer. Hell yes. That pedal, whatever effect he's got, that is fucking gnarly. Underrated album. Fucking great guitar tone on this whole thing. Yeah, this is my glass from Martin's Barbecue Joint in Nashville, Tennessee. My mother-in-law did the old purse snag, which I appreciated. I wanted one. I wasn't gonna take one, but she didn't mind, so I got no objection. We got back, she gave it to me. This thing, obviously it's glass, smelled like wood smoke for 2 to 3 months after we brought it back. Just like the smoke was in the glass. It had been washed. That smoke hung. I thought it'd stay forever, but sadly, it's gone now. But it just tells you how much smoke is in a quality barbecue joint, that the glassware is smoked as well. Yeah, we went to Martin's last time. We went down to Nashville too. We went to a different location, and boy howdy. I think we went to a little tiny hole in the wall one. I don't even know if they actually smoked anything there. They just trucked it in from the other one, but wasn't the same, man. Barbecue is a fickle bitch, is what barbecue is. The first time we went to Martin's, we got there late on Friday because we had to, drive to Nashville. That's all I want. We're in Nashville. I'm gonna do one thing. I'm going to Martin's. I don't care when we do it, but the one thing I am doing, I don't care if you fucking people come with me. Nobody's got to come with me. But I'm going to Martin's. So we went Friday night. We got there late. No brisket. No, there was like 2 or 3 things they were out of. I was like, man, I just drove like 9.5 hours because I wanted Martin's brisket and I couldn't get it. So the last time I went, said we went to a shoddier location, and I got the brisket on like a Thursday night, and it didn't slap. So I'll say I'm 0 for 2 on Martin's barbecue brisket experiences, but I am undeterred. I'll be in Tennessee again someday. I'll make this work. I learned the hard way. We northern people, Yankees. I had an uncle who was from down south, and oh, you damn Yanks! He was, seriously, every time he was up here. But I mean, he wasn't wrong about some things. Didn't understand barbecue culture. Went down one time there, tried to get some Sunday morning. Well, you don't gotta be rocket appliances to do the math. You're smoking something 8, 10, 12 hours. Well, you show up at like 11 a.m. on Sunday. Well, they weren't up at 3 smoking a fucking brisket. What they were doing was strolling in at 10:30 and microwaving yesterday's leftover brisket and a cold fucking potato and a roll with mold on it. Wish I was lying. Like, oh, that's not an herb. That green is, I don't know, maybe it's a southern thing. I mean, I shouldn't be so culturally judgmental. I should just eat the green bun. And so yeah, that's what I learned. I learned a couple of harsh barbecue lessons. Get there early on Friday. Don't get it in the morning. The next morning, you're getting yesterday's brisket. Yeah, that's the knowledge I can pass on to you. I'm not super well versed in Southern barbecue culture, but I have adapted over the years. I used to be a slathered with barbecue and crisp that up, caramelize it guy. No more. I am now a dry rub, more vinegary sauce and dip kind of guy. So I believe that's more of a, I don't know if that's North Carolina style, or more vinegary, but yeah, I've had barbecue. I've barbecue in Kansas City, Nashville, of course. Memphis is the better barbecue. Like, hey, it's a couple hours away. You guys tell me they can only smoke 2 hours down the road, and the guys over here don't know how to do it. I don't know. But anywho, yeah, I've had Virginia, Kansas City. I don't think I got any in St. Louis, but I don't trust anything from fucking St. Louis. If you hear anything's ever St. Louis style, you fucking run. You run, you just say, where are the St. Louis styles that way? You go that way. St. Louis style bagels is you just fucking chop them into pieces like a heathen. And St. Louis pizza, I swear, I just felt my heart rate and blood pressure go up. We went to St. Louis years ago. We drove, it's like 6.5 hours from here. I don't know. But I had to work all day, then drive 5.5, 6 hours to St. Louis. We get down there, we get a hotel, really cool. Old-timey hotel, brick, super cool. I want to eat food. So we order a pizza. Pizza's safe, right? Can't fuck up pizza. I've heard of Chicago style. Everybody knows Chicago style, New York style. Less familiar is the Detroit style, but I also enjoy that. I didn't know St. Louis had a fucking style, but it does. I believe Hashi of the Nostalgia Pit podcast, anywhere podcasts are available, told us on the Outsider Social Club podcast, which is on the Half-Ass Podcast Network, available anywhere podcasts are available. But Hashi told us St. Louis style is defined by an unleavened crust, so basically cracker, thin crust because the bread doesn't rise, a sweet sauce, and Provel cheese, which is a combination of provolone, which I love provolone in all uses, and American. Okay, American's not cheese. American is an abomination. It's an affront to my Lord and Savior Elvis. American cheese, it ain't cheese. You know what? If I had a decree, I would decree that. If I had one in the chamber. American cheese, it ain't cheese. It's a cheese byproduct. So you mix American and provolone into Provel, and what it does is the American just melts. Like, it doesn't melt. It like becomes a gelatinous thing, and then it bubbles over into a big brown crust bubble of cheese, and then the rest underneath is melty and weird. So you've got a cracker crust, a weird melty cheese husk with sweet sauce. And I'd just driven 5.5 hours, hadn't eaten in 5.5 hours minimum, and then ordered food, waited for the food, paid for the food, couldn't eat the food, was still hungry. Like, I remember eating these shitty breadsticks, and I cursed St. Louis. I'll shake my goddamn fist at St. Louis. Fuck you, St. Louis. But let me digress. I've rambled on too long. I don't want to face the wrath of Todd Fine, even though I went for a twofer. That's no excuse. If you threw down the gauntlet and said twofer, you got to finish two. I don't make the rules. I mean, I do make the rules, but that's neither here nor there. Another such cliche. So instead of having to go walk downstairs, get $1, put it in the bucket, and then tell you that I did that, I hope you believe it, I'm just going to drink this beer. Success. Now, I'm going to go make pizza with bread that is leavened and very glutinous, super stretchy, great elasticity. It's gonna rise, it's gonna bubble. Maybe one of these days I'll give you my insights that I've learned in my years of dough making, both professionally and as an amateur at home. But that'll be for another day. So for Drinks with Ron, I'm Ron, signing off.